Now tune into the biggest ever. YMCMB, Tunchi Lee, Young Angel, Young Lion, man. Y'all boys get on the track with Onika Mirage and y'all still dying, man. What's up? We in this bitch. This ain't gonna be the first time that I do numbers on 2 crutches. Seen more plaques than 2 brushes. Until I'm at the pearly white gates, I gotta move something, do something. All meetings happen in person, so they can't prove nothing. No, they ain't.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What's good, my people? It's Ryan Fraser in the building. Ryan from the 6 Boxing Talk up north. What's going on, folks? We got another one here, man. Back to back, like my boy Jersey Drake. We out here, man, and we talking boxing. We're gonna talk about Arthur Beterbiev. We're gonna have John Scully on in about 20 minutes or so. You know, he said they had a late session at the gym, so he's heading back now, probably back to the hotel, get himself all freshened up, you know, and he'll hop on when he's ready. In the meantime, between time, make sure you subscribe when you come in. You know, show the boy some love, share the channel, like, comment, whatever you want to do. And you know what I say, man. We gonna come in here like Ann Wolf.
Did not really fight her.
Yeah, man, smash that like button like Ann Wolf, man. Shout out to KO Boxing. Yeah, brother. I'll be sure to ask Mr. John when he comes through. I'm sure he watched the fight, and I'm sure they're watching both men because now they're in the division, and we'll get a good assessment of what he thought about it, man. I know for sure we want to see if Benavidez can hang at 175. I mean, I believe he can, but like I said, in the meantime, we'll talk about some things going up north or some guys fighting from the north. Definitely. Yeah, let's go from right here. Patrice Vonleh. He's fighting against Ammo Williams. That's gonna be a great fight, man. Down at the Caribbean, Florida, March 15th. Yo, shout out to Patrice Vonleh. I think it's gonna be an upset, man. I think he's gonna go in there and he's going to shock the world. You know, Patrice Vonleh, he's been a guy who's been kind of on the outside looking in. He's been hinting at some big fights with guys, I think like Crawford and even some other names he's been attached to. But for whatever reason, the fights just never materialized. And shout out to him for just sticking with it, staying with it. He got a big win over Stephen Butler. You know, shout out to my cousin Moy. Thank you for the happy birthday. Yeah, he definitely had a big win against Stephen Butler. And I think this is his next fight after Stephen Butler. So, yeah, man. So, shout out to him, man. Shout out to Patrice Vonleh for landing this big matchroom fight card. I mean, Austin Ammo Williams, as we know, he was up and comer in the division at 160. And he had his big shine against Hamza Shiraz. That was supposed to be his coming out party. But Hamza Shiraz, man, he showed up and showed out. And he put on a hell of a performance. And I think with Hamza Shiraz, that was his coming out party. Even though it's supposed to be Ammo Williams, I think that was on the 5v5, to be honest. And that was one of the fights that, yeah. Okay. All right, John Scully said he's going to be coming on very soon. But yeah, that whole Ammo Williams fight was that was one of the better fights on the card because we got to see Hamza Shiraz come in and you know be dominant, man. I just didn't think Hamza Shiraz was that good. But he showed form, man. He showed who he was. And it was a good fight in my opinion. I loved it. That's why I'm picking Hamza Shiraz to beat Carlos Adames. Some people would think I'm crazy, but I just think that height, the rehydration, and that jab is going to be a bit too much. But Carlos Adames is a vet. You know, he's been around for a minute. He's been champion for a while. No, he's been champion in recess, but you know what I mean? He's been waiting on Jamel Charlo. And Jamal Charlo finally came back and just the WBC couldn't wait no more. So they had to give Carlos Adames the belt. And it all makes sense now. Carlos Adames is finally defending his belts. The WBC is moving. 160 is kind of a slow division. So this is an opportunity for Patrice Vonleh to move the needle, to get his name within, some of the top names. And I think he can go out there and have a big performance against Emma Williams. He's a big name in America. This is the Matchroom card. It's at the Caribbean Royale in Florida, Orlando, I believe. And it should be one of those cards that it's gonna bring their new signee as well, the U.S. Bronze medalist Omari Jones, I think his name is. He's also going to be doing his pro debut on that card, and it's just one of those cards that's like, it's not a big card, but for me as a boxing fan, Canadian boxing fan, I understand it's a big opportunity for Carlos, not for Carlos. I just read that, but for Patrice Vonleh, because Vonleh, he's been on that edge. He's been highly ranked in most of the sanctioning bodies, and this is what he needs. He just needs a crack on a big network against a big name in the division. And I'm telling you, man, if he comes out here and wins in a convincing fashion, just get ready to talk about Patrice Vonleh and what he could do in the future at 160. Because I do think the guy's primed to break out. That Stephen Butler fight, which who was coached by John Scully, actually, who's gonna come up here. I thought Patrice Vonleh was very, very patient with his jab. I thought he showed maturity in that fight. That was a great fight. It was one of those all Canadian matchups where those two guys have been kind of not been separate paths, but you can see that they've been hovering around each other. I don't think there was ever animosity with them. I just think that they were all like, Vonleh was going his own direction, Butler was going his own direction. Butler in his own right was having kind of the better fights, So coming into the fight, I thought that was going to play a factor. But no, Patrice Vonleh, he went out there and had a good performance. He beat Stephen Butler, and then now he gets this big fight against Emma Williams. And I think like it's going to be free on the zone, so a lot of people will be able to watch it. But I do think it'll be one of those fights that we'll see Patrice, man. Vonleh. Yo, what's good, Karma Serene? Yo, you made it outside, girl. I ain't seen you in a bit. But shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Smash that like button. Got John Scully joining me soon. He's one of the trainers in Arthur Beterbiev's camp. He's also got a fighter by the name of Stephen Butler, who I was just talking about, who is actually going to be fighting. I think Eric Bazinian is coached by Mark Ramsey. So I gotta ask him about that, because Mark Ramsey is the lead trainer for Arthur Beterbiev. So shoot, you're gonna have to coach against. Yeah, that's how Ryan is pronounced it. Oh, for real. Shout out to Texas, yo. Texas. Yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah. Shout out to Karma Serene in the building, always showing support. But yeah, man, I think John Scully versus Mark Ramsey will be interesting if they have to face off each other as coaches in March. I believe March that fight is. Eric Bazinian versus Stephen Butler. Okay, the Iceman's in the building, so I'll bring him up right quick for y'all. And we'll get into this talk, man, about boxing. You know what I mean? What's going on, John Scully? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh man, amazing. How's the weather up there? You still in Montreal?
Yeah, I'm in Montreal. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not really any colder than New York or Connecticut. It gets really cold here in March. Like that's the worst month. Yeah. So
right, we're starting to enter that real cold time in Canada here.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So you and Arthur Beterbiev, you guys having an excellent camp so far. Mark Ramsey, he's the lead trainer, I believe.
Right. Yes, sir.
Yo, how's it working with Mark? Because I mean, I'm a Canadian. He's pretty much our guy here up here north, and he's like a mastermind. I really loved how he handled the first fight.
Right. Yeah. No, Mark is a very good trainer. I think he's probably underrated by a lot of people. Because part of the reason is because he doesn't put himself out there. You know, he doesn't, you know, do a lot of podcasts, and he doesn't brag or anything like that, you know. But his resume speaks for itself. He's, you know, John Pascal since he was younger, and you know, just so many guys, and you know, he's a very good tactician, and he really pays attention to detail, and it's funny because as a trainer myself, I find it hard to work with someone else, you know, in the corner. Like, I like to be the guy, you know, I do my thing, right, with my fight. But him, I remember, I'll give you an example. This is him 100%. This is how our relationship works. When I first started working with him, I did a lot of interviews because, you know, Arthur and stuff, and guys would do the interview and they would put in the headline like Beterbiev trainer John Scully, and I go, hey, you know, I'm not the trainer, man, I'm the assistant, you know. And I remember I told Mark one day after it happened a few times, I said, Mark, listen, I want you to know I'm not telling these guys I'm the head trainer, you know, they're doing that. You know what he told me? He said, listen, I don't care about that. He goes, if they want to write you're the head trainer, I don't care. He goes, all I care about is that Arthur wins. And I said, man, all right, you know, like, and I didn't, you know, I still didn't do it, obviously, but that was his mentality, and it still is. He doesn't care about who gets the credit. He wants the guy to win, and the results will speak for themselves. And yeah, he's a very good trainer, and it's funny because also him and Russ Amber, you know, Russ, obviously. Russ Amber, very similar. Like, to me, when I was a kid, I thought training camps, you know, I used to read about Muhammad Ali, you know, the training camp and fighters going to training camp. And I'm picturing the whole training camp was focused on the fight, and you're watching videos and you're working on the techniques. And believe me, I've been in a lot of training camps as a pro with champions and famous fighters and all that. And you really don't see it. It's not really like that, you know, surprisingly. Russ was actually the first one I was ever in camp with that was like that, and I'm like that, and Mark is like that. You know, I can vouch for them. Like, we, you know, we watch the videos and we discuss stuff and we bounce ideas off each other. You know, it's a process. And I've literally been in camp with some guys, and they just spar and hit the bag, and the guy tells them to jab, and they do some sit-ups and they jump rope, and we go home, and that's basically it. You know,
Jesus.
Yeah, you know, and I would say you'd be surprised how many guys really aren't putting the work in, you know, to come up with a plan and look for weaknesses. You know, I think it's probably a lost art at this point. You know, a lot of people, it's an old thing where people say, you know, you put a towel on your shoulder and all of a sudden you're a trainer, you know. It sounds crazy, but that happens. That really does happen. I've seen it happen. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. So your teams definitely are very important. And I was wondering, because I just saw Stephen Butler. I know you train him as well.
Right.
He's fighting Eric Bazinian. Is Bazinian trained by Mark Ramsey?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Okay.
In the gym with Arthur, and we train first. So nobody's in the gym with Arthur. When Eric and those guys, and Eric and I are friends. Like, we're cool. You know, him and Steve are friends. They're cool. But when it comes time for them to train, you know, I leave. I'm leaving anyway. I wouldn't stay anyway.
Right.
So I never watch them train, you know, and you know, so there's no issues like that.
That's good. I'll be you against Mark. You know, the brain powers are gonna have to be going that night, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. Well, here's another thing about Mark. What kind of guy he is? He's actually not going to be working Eric's corner because he works for, you know, Mark works for Eye of the Tiger, and both of them are with Eye of the Tiger, and he just feels like he really likes both guys. He's behind both guys, and he's still trying to help both guys with their careers. So that's why he has Luke and Sam and different guys in the gym to help out with the fighters, and they're coming very handy in situations like this.
Yeah, no, that's excellent, man, because I know a lot, like Russ Amber's pretty much the same way. Like, he won't corner a guy if he knows the other guy who's fighting. He'll just step out, which I think is very, you know, noble Like he's very good, man. Let's keep that good relationship with the fighters because it's not personal at the end of the day.
Right.
But what do you think about the first fight, man? I thought Bivol showed a lot of guts. He's the only guy to go 12 rounds with Beterbiev.
It was very close. I thought Bivol fought a good fight until the last 3 rounds. I thought he moved. There was a point when I was actually saying to myself in the corner, I'm like, man, this guy, like, he won't stop moving. Like he's on the move. He's on the move.
Yeah.
And, and I get it. You're fighting Arthur. Arthur's hitting hard. It's easy to tell a guy he shouldn't move so much when you're not the one getting hit by these rockets.
Right.
I thought until the 9th round or so, he fought a very good fight. But when it came down to it, Arthur showed like, I'm pushing it here. I'm trying to win this fight. And, I would assume that's what edged it out for us.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was those championship rounds that basically swayed the fight for me too, because I thought it was even right up until. And I love what Mark did. Like he just told Arthur he didn't think he was winning the fight. Like he just said, I don't think you're winning. Go knock him out. And
well, you know what? You have to be honest.
Yeah.
At times like that, because like if you think a guy's losing and you tell him he's winning, and then he loses, clearly, on the scorecards, he's going to ask you, like, what are you crazy? Like, why were you telling me I was winning when I wasn't? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. You have to be honest with the guy. Sometimes you got to light it. It's good to be calm, right? You want to be calm if you can, but there comes a time, and I always matter of fact, I tell my guys, I told Steven this, I say, listen, if you see me getting hyped in the corner, you better believe you need to do something, because I don't get that way unless I need to. If you're losing, I'm going to get that way. So if you see me like that, trust me, you're losing.
That's good to know. I mean, that's communication at the highest level, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what did you think about the Benavidez and Morrell fight? Like, I thought it was a great matchup for both, man. I thought it was a good night of boxing in general.
Yeah.
Can Benavidez hang?
He's a monster. He's aggressive and stuff. Honestly, like if he fought Arthur, I think I've always thought that would work against him. Arthur loves a guy to come right to him. That'd be, he would say, thank you. I appreciate you being this aggressive. But the kid is obviously hyped up. He's a tough kid, and he wants to fight at the press conference and the weigh-in, which is good and bad. Against Arthur, you may not want to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna have to be smart to beat Arthur. You can't just be big and strong. I think everything that Benavidez is, Arthur is, but more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could say, oh, the kid's really strong. Oh, yeah, well, Arthur's really strong. Well, the kid hits hard. Well, Arthur hits really hard. Like whatever you say about him, Arthur's that, and Arthur's a real light heavyweight. He used to fight at 201 as an amateur. He came down to light heavyweight.
That's true. Yeah, there's definitely video out there him fighting Usyk.
Right.
And Olympian
Put
for
Usyk
sure.
down.
Yeah,
Put Usyk down in that fight. Yep.
He's an awesome guy, man. So what's it like being around Arthur? Because he seems to me like he prays and boxes. Like he loves the sport.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you a funny thing. He loves his career, right? Getting ready for his fights. But he's not a boxing fan. Like he doesn't watch boxing at all. Like
no way.
I'll tell you what, I promise you, this is true. If Keith Thurman, say they were at a press conference, and Keith Thurman walked up to Arthur and said, "Hey, how you doing, champ?" Arthur would have no idea who he is.
Oh my gosh.
Zero idea. He would have no clue who he is.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So, but he gets up for his fights, though. He's ready for his fight.
Yeah, he doesn't watch boxing. Like I always tell the story, right? When Canelo fought Caleb Plant, it's a big fight. Everybody watches it, right? We were in the gym on Monday after the fight, and Arthur came out of the dressing room, and I already knew the answer. I just did it to be funny, and I said, "Hey, Arthur, you see the fight Saturday?" And he goes, "No, I don't watch boxing." I don't watch this. You know, and we knew he didn't watch it. You know, because
Wow.
I don't know why he doesn't. He's just not a fan. He's not really. He knows
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali and Tyson, but that's pretty much it, I think.
Those were his guys. Wow, man, that's crazy. Because like I think like boxing's such a niche sport that, you know, if you're in it, you probably do watch it. But shoot, maybe like you said, only when he's fighting, it's all about him. You know.
Well, you know, he's a real family man. Like his whole existence is around his religion and his family. So he's home. He would not, as I understand it, he would rather be with his family doing something than watching a fight, because that would be 2 hours that he would have to take away from his kids and wife. You know what I mean? That's his mentality. I would assume after he retires, he'll probably never watch boxing. I've never watched. Yeah, maybe he might watch Usyk because he fought Usyk. You know, he might. You know, but I don't think he could name 5 world-class fighters today. I don't think he could name anybody.
That's crazy. I feel like a lot of them would be able to name him fairly easily.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Well, put it this way. I asked him before we went to Saudi last time, because Shakur Stevenson was supposed to be on that show.
Yeah, he was.
We were on the way over. I think we were in the airport in Paris or something. And I already knew the answer, but I say, Arthur, you know, Shakur Stevenson's on the show. You know him? He goes, I don't know him. No. You know, and it's just amusing to me to hear him say it, because I believe, you know, I know it's true. Whereas other guys might claim not to know, to try to, I don't know why they would do it, but they would act like, I don't know that much about boxing, but Arthur's not lying. He doesn't watch.
He's really not watching the fight. So that's so crazy to me, because like I didn't grow up in the Don King era, but I feel like this card that he's on is arguably one of the best cards in boxing. Like, and he may not know half the guys are fighting under him.
He wouldn't know.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Wow. So is he all ready? You think because I mean February 22nd is gonna come quick, because February is a shorter month.
Right.
And he's got to be getting ready to get out here soon and go to Saudi.
No, we you know, we just left the gym like an hour and a half ago, and you know, we leave in about a little over a week. You know, we'll be heading out there to Saudi, and I mean I think it's good. I feel better about this fight only because once the fight was over and we got together and watched the films and gave our input, you know, he understands that we have to make some adjustments, and he's adamant that he's making them, you know, so
nice.
So there's that. And also for the first fight, I'm sure, because he had just gotten his knee operated on with the meniscus, and you know, I would assume in the back of his mind it was there, maybe subconsciously, but for this fight we're coming in a lot more fresh. So I think that you know, that'll play a difference.
That's good to hear, because I was worried about the quick turnaround, but it sounds like you're saying that
that's
he
in
got
our
heal.
favor. 100%, that's in our favor. As soon as I heard the fight was that fast, I was very happy. That definitely benefits Arthur, because even Bivol, you know, after the last fight, I got in the ring right after, and he, you know, so I was talking to Bivol for a minute or so, and his eye was really like discolored bad.
Wow.
Right? And I saw a picture of him recently when him and Arthur went to the press conference in Saudi Arabia, and his eye was still messed up. You know what I mean? So, you know, obviously it's tender. Like once you have a black eye like that, it's tender. The skin is, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Arthur, you know, opens that up in this fight this time.
Yeah. I was worried about Bivol's hands, because his hands look pretty beat up, and that's what I was like, this is a quick turnaround also for Bivol, because if his hands was all swelled up, he can't be punching for a bit.
Everything favors us, I believe. The quick turnaround favors us 100%.
Yeah, so this was this strategic by Turki Al-Sheikh or Beterbiev, because he didn't want to interfere with Ramadan?
I honestly, well, I know that they don't, you know, they don't want to interfere with Ramadan, but honestly, the business aspect of it, I really don't know. I don't get involved. I don't get involved. I don't ask questions.
Yeah. No, I get that, man. You just make this guy a machine.
Yeah, I don't like the business of boxing. I'm not a fan of it. I don't even want to know how it works, because the more
Right.
I know about boxing, the less I actually like it.
Yeah, it's definitely the Wild Wild West for sure. Of all
Yeah.
the sports, it's
Right,
probably the
right.
one you can get the most weight with, which is
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that event? Are you excited to go and be a part of history, John? I
Oh
mean, I
yeah,
feel like
no,
it's a
it's
part of the best
amazing.
event.
You're talking undisputed, and and actually, I'll tell you a cool thing. Because I'm a fan of boxing, right?
Yeah.
And I actually, Arthur's had his belt in the gym today, the WBC belt, and on it has like 4 medallions with pictures on it, and Arthur's picture
Right.
there, and Ali and Roy Jones, and they had Michael Spinks, and
Really? Spinks is on it.
who was the
Okay.
last, he was undisputed champion, light heavyweight champion, the same way
Mm-hmm.
Arthur was. And so I know Michael a little bit, and his wife, girlfriend. I I took a video of it and I sent it to her to show him. And in my mind, it was cool because when I was a kid, I was watching Michael Spinks fight, and now
Right.
I'm showing him his picture on Arthur's belt.
On the belt.
So
Yeah.
so
Wow.
it's kind of cool. And so yeah, he had the belts in the gym today. There was a film crew there, taking pictures and video and doing I think they're doing a documentary on him. And so it's, things are winding down. We're ready.
No, that's awesome, man. I mean, I think the whole boxing world is ready now. We kind of feel like Benavidez and Morel kicked off the year for us as in terms of big fights, and now
Right.
obviously Beterbiev and Bivol running it back as undisputed. Like, this is a fight I didn't think was gonna come to fruition because, like you said, the business of boxing. But
Oh,
we're getting it
I
twice.
didn't either. Like I'll tell you a funny story. When the fight came up, Mark texted me and he said, "Okay, we're going again, in February 22nd." And in my mind, it was such a fast turnaround. And I'm thinking, man, I wonder who we're fighting. I'll find out. I said, "Okay,
Yeah,
I'll be ready." And it took like a week. And then I saw it on the internet. And I go, Mark, I didn't know you meant Bivol. I thought you meant you were fighting somebody else. I said, that's amazing, And yeah, I definitely. One thing about Arthur and Mark have always talked about this, where we got to keep him busy, because when he fights in succession close together, he's always much more effective. He's smoother and, more powerful,
yeah.
all that stuff. Puts his punches together better. So this is probably, as far as since I've been with him, going on just about 9 years, this is the quickest turnaround he's ever had, for sure.
Wow. And yeah, 40 years old. I mean, everybody's worried about that, but it sounds like over there you guys are saying this is good for us. This is what we
Oh
need.
yeah, no, Arthur's far from your. I think he's still 39. I don't know if he turned 40, but whatever. He's at 39 or 40. But
Yeah.
we don't even put emphasis on the age, because he trains so hard. He's so dedicated. He's so focused. It's really hasn't, in my mind, it's not even a factor.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, he doesn't live a crazy life like some of these other fighters do. Like, he's not in the bar drinking. He's not
Never.
abusing his body. Like you said, man, he's a family man. He doesn't even watch boxing. Like,
Right. Yeah. No, he's you will never in your life hear about Arthur being in a bar. Never.
Yeah.
You will never hear that.
Yeah, it's just boxing and family. That's amazing, man. Those are the type of guys that, like Andre Ward and Crawford, almost the same thing. Like, they're just dedicated.
Bernard Hopkins, I think, was
B-Hop.
the role model for that. The prototype for that type of mentality.
Absolutely. So let's shift gears to Stephen Butler now. How did you hook up with him, actually? Because I've been a fan of Stephen Butler for a while now.
Okay.
I know he fought Brandon Cook. That's kind of how I saw him, to be honest. And he's had a good career, man. I feel like he's been doing very, very good.
Yeah.
He's fought in multiple championship fights, and now here he goes against a big all-Canadian clash. It's going to be a big fight for Canada.
Yeah, for sure. It was cool that this fight even came up, because I'm surprised. This is a high-level fight between two guys from the same city. You don't see that. When's the last time you saw two really good guys from Washington, D.C. fight each other. You know, it just doesn't happen that often. So, you know, I'm excited about it because Steven, he's fighting 168, which is going to be amazing because, you know, he's a big kid. He's tall. You know, he's big.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
And making 160 was not easy. And our last fight is what turned the tables because it was an over the weight fight. It was like the weight was like 165. And during the training camp, he kept saying to me, like, man, I feel good. I feel so much better because I don't have to get all the way down to 160. This is crazy. And I noticed he was happier. His demeanor was better. He was more lively. And I told Mark, actually, I texted Mark one day and I think I texted Camille and I was like, you know, not for nothing, but, you know, I think 168 might be the move because, you know, he seems so much happier, so much stronger, so much more relaxed. And so right away they made this fight. And Steven, he's even mentioned to me several times and over the last few weeks, he's like, man, I'm so glad I don't have to go to 160. I feel so much better. I feel so much stronger. And he goes, watch when I get on the scale. Watch how big I am. Watch how strong I am. And so I think you're going to see a difference.
Wow. Well, sounds like we're in for a good one because, I mean, Eric had a good performance against Munguia.
Yeah.
You know, he fell a little short, but, yeah, these two guys colliding is going to be a great fight, man.
Oh, yeah, no, this is a very good fight. You know, this is a tough fight for both guys. There's a lot on the line. This is what they used to call a crossroads fight. This is a crossroads fight. The winner is going to get right back in the mix, you know. And you know, and the reality is both of them, even whoever loses, still has a name and a record where they could get fights. But, you know, the winner is going to come out in a good position, I believe.
Right. And 168 it's top heavy, but I feel like Stephen Butler's a good enough name where he can get some good opponents in there and get some good traction.
Sure. And like I say, I feel like he's going to be better just because his attitude, you know, he's so much happier. And you know, a happy fighter is a good thing, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not killing himself to make weight, and you know.
I didn't even factor in that he was still at 160 because I feel like he's been there for a long time.
Yeah, no, all his fights been at 160 or 54. I think he fought Cook at 54.
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
You know, that was a big mistake. But yeah, 68 is very good for him.
No, that's awesome, man. How do you feel about the state of boxing today? Like, do you think it's going in the right direction? I mean, we're starting to get some of the fights we want to see because of Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh, but still, there's a lot of guys not stepping up to the plate. Right.
I mean, I like that guy, Turki. I like on the majority stuff he says. I'm like, yep, good job. You know, let's do that. Let's do what Turki said. You know, and he's bringing fights, but you know, guys, it's almost like they have to fight because they can't turn down that much money. You know, it's like he's telling them, usually you get 25 cents, but I'm going to give you $2. I mean, you come out, and you know, and I like that he brought Ring Magazine back, which is unbelievable. You know, he's talking about buying the some of the promotional companies so he can put all the guys and have them fight each other. And you know, I just like it. I like the whole vibe over there. I had a good time over there. The people were really cool. You know, it was so hot over there. The fight was spectacular. The show was like an event. You know, there was, you know, the lights and the music, and you know, it was really something. It was really cool.
No, that's good that you could describe that for us because I think some people, they just got a wrong view on it because it's not in America. Right. They feel like, you know, they can't relate to it.
Well, you know what? I'll be honest. All I knew about Saudi Arabia was camels and sand, right? Like
desert.
And I knew it wasn't like this, but in my head, I couldn't picture what it would look like. And all I could picture was the hotel and the arena and like nothing else. You know, I couldn't picture anything there because all I knew was the sand. You know what I mean? You know, the images you see in movies and TV.
Yeah.
And when I got there and we took the taxi or whatever it was, brought us to the hotel. When we turned off the highway on that strip, it reminded me of Las Vegas. I thought it was like Las Vegas. It was amazing. It was amazing. And you go there, and I kept thinking, man, what am I going to eat? I'm going to have to find a place that has something, some chicken that I like. We go, and right next to our hotel is a mall. And on the other side of the mall was Cheesecake Factory, Starbucks, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, the donut place.
Yeah.
It was like America, in a big way. But I got the best of both worlds. I have the women walking around with their face coverings, and and it was over 100 degrees, muggy heat, and it was a very good experience. And the people were really nice, like really friendly, really helpful. I had a good time talking to the people over there.
Wow, man, that's crazy because I didn't know they were Americanized like that. So they're actually catering. They're catering.
Store in the mall. I go in the store. The first thing that happened to me, just like in America, I walk in, and a woman, the only difference is she had her face covered. She comes over to me with one of those pieces of paper with the perfume on it for me to smell. Yeah. And I took it. It was almost like an April Fool's joke. I was like, man, they're here too. And then I went into a sporting goods store in the mall, and they had a Yankees jacket, shirt, and a Red Sox shirt, like facing each other. Like they knew that the Yankees and the Red Sox are rivals.
That's crazy.
America. And in the gym, we're in Tyson's gym. Mike Tyson has the gym there. We train in the gym. I actually did a little video because the music playing was American music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I go to Mexico, I go to Australia, I go all these places, and they always play American music. It's like America is that's the place. Everybody wants to have some American stuff going on, I guess. I don't know, but it was cool over there, but it was much more westernized than I would have thought.
Right. And I mean, it kind of makes sense because they're pushing the whole tourism movement.
Right. But they did have a call
season.
To prayer though. I took a walk because I knew it was at like 3:00. And I went and I walked through the neighborhood, and sure enough, 3:00 it started. And it's on my YouTube channel. I have a video of the prayer. You can hear it over the loudspeaker, which was pretty cool to experience in person.
Yeah. No, that's great, man. So anything else on the horizon in boxing for you, or is it just Stephen Butler and Arthur right now?
Right now it's Stephen and Arthur, and then in June, at the end of June, I'm planning on doing another boxing reunion, which I do from time to time. I do this one in New York City at Dave. If you know the ring announcer, Dave Diamante, the white guy with the long dreads.
Yes, yeah.
He's got a bar lounge on 8th Avenue in New York City called Diamante's. And so I do it there, and I'll have, it's like just a boxers get together and some fans. Nice. It's like Iran Barkley and Junior Jones, Michael Olajide, a bunch of. I'm gonna have a lot of guys there. Tim Witherspoon, former heavyweight champ,
right.
And so that'll after these two fights, that'll be my next step.
Nice, man. Nah, it's good talking to you, John. I mean, it's kind of full circle for me, actually, because I know you used to come to my dad's gym back in the day and spar, and I was probably about like 2 years old then, and now my little brother's a pro boxer, and I'm still in boxing in a certain way, and it's good to talk to you, man, because you at the highest level, like,
yes, sir,
undisputed.
Listen, I used to go to Dad's gym with Otis Grant.
Yes, yeah.
With Otis. And we used Dad's gym as training, and actually I sparred there. I was in camp with Otis, but I sparred with Troy Ross there, and
the boss Ross,
Ross. I sparred with a few guys, but he was like the biggest name that I sparred at that gym. Yeah, that was when the gym was in like a shopping mall in Toronto.
Yeah, man, yeah. Good times.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, John, where can the people find you, man, so they can follow your journey to Saudi?
Well, I'm on Twitter and Instagram, but most of the stuff I probably put on Facebook. I have two pages. One is Iceman John Scully, and the other one is John the Iceman Scully. And on the Iceman John Scully today, actually, I put up a video about just like 2 hours ago in the gym of Arthur, like in the ring, and he had his belts there, and I videotaped the belts, including the WBC belt, because it had Michael Spinks and it had Roy Jones and different guys on the belt. So I wanted people to see that. So yeah, that's the main places. But I'm also, like I say, I'm on Twitter and Instagram as well.
Nah, that's awesome, man. Thank you, John, for coming through, man. Shining some light on Arthur. I mean, that's a lot of things I didn't know. This guy doesn't watch boxing, which is just blowing my mind. Like,
yeah, for sure he doesn't. Yeah.
Considering he's probably going to be like going down as one of the best ever. Lace up a pair of gloves.
It's amazing. Hey, that's him. That's him 100%.
Yeah, man. But yeah, thanks, brother, for coming through. I really appreciate you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you,
man. John Scully. Peace. Yeah, shout out to John Scully, man. Definitely very influential guy in the community. Man, we go way back. But it's good to see him in this position. Like he's definitely one of Arthur's, like he's been there with Arthur for 9 years. So he's definitely one of the guys Arthur Beterbiev trusts. Great coach, great guy, boxing historian. And yeah, he's got an event going down in New York, I guess after he's done all the fights. Shout out to the Hangout Spot for coming through. What's going on, brother? He said, shout out to my man Ryan, great interview, champ. Shout out to Iceman, John Scully. Yeah, John Scully's the man. Appreciate him for coming through. And shining some light on Arthur. Like, I mean, I didn't know Arthur was like that, man. But he's really just a family man. And he goes to the gym, man. Shout out to my guy, yo, Zorro de la Vega. In the building. What's going on, brother? Karma Serene. I didn't give you the horns, girl. Shout out to Karma. But yeah, let's get back to this boxing talk. No, Arthur is that dude for real. Like, I always thought the quick turnaround was going to favor him because of what John was saying with the knee. Get more time to heal up. But I didn't even think about Bivol being lumped up, like his eye and stuff like that. So, I mean, we might get a stoppage, bro. Yeah, man. Oh man, shout out to John Scully, man. He said he's doing a book and he'd like to feature podcasting as one of the media. Yo, shout out to him. But yeah, let's talk about some more boxing, man. There's obviously some more fights that I didn't cover yet that I know are coming up. It's more like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's more Canadian-based guys that I'm excited about because, we getting some opportunities out here finally. Like, shout out to my guy, Ryan Rozecki, who I've had on the show before. His team, they won the purse bid against Badu Jack, so 3 Lions Promotion. He's going to be hosting another WBC cruiserweight title fight in Canada. They don't have a date in the venue yet. But I didn't know who Badu Jack was signed with, so I kind of thought that they were gonna win the purse bid, just based off the fact that I just don't know who represents Badu Jack, man. I don't think he's with PBC. He's not with Mayweather Promotions, I don't think. So I just didn't know who was gonna put up this money for the purse bid. Sorry, but 3 Lions Promotion, which is Ryan Rozecki's promoter, they won the purse bid, and they're bringing that fight back to Canada. And I think this favors Rozecki now. Rozecki, he's been getting better with his boxing, and he's had more time to train with Stephen Bailey, who is Lucas Body's coach here in Toronto. He's got more time with him now, and I think he's starting to develop better boxing skills. And I think this is not a good recipe for Badu Jack because Badu Jack, he's been out the ring for so long, and I just don't think him coming into the ring right into this fight He's gonna be able to knock off all that rust. And we don't know if Badou Jack has aged overnight. You know, he's not a young guy. So Ryan Rozicki, he just got to go in here, man. Be himself, bro. Be yourself, Ryan. I know you the type of dude who you're gonna go out on your shield, man, and you just got to give Badou Jack everything you got in you, bro, because this fight could be life changing for my man Rozicki, because Zerto wants to get undisputed and Jay Apatai wants to get undisputed, which means that's turkey money for my guy Ryan Rozicki, and he deserves that, man, because he's an action fighter, and we love action. So I mean, if he goes over there, say he beats Badou Jack and goes over to Turkey Al-Sheikh and even has a competitive fight against Jay Apatai or beats Zerto, beats one of them guys, man, we talking about life-changing money for my man Ryan Rozicki. And yeah, man, I just think that Ryan Rozicki is definitely he's like a throwback fighter, to be honest. He's gonna come out here Mexican style, throwing hooks. He got a jab now. He got a better jab. Like I said, he's been working with Stephen Bailey. But the one thing about him, he's not gonna give up, bro. He's gonna go balls to the wall. Like, he's gonna definitely give everything he got in him. And then Jake Paul's coming to Canada. He's coming to the 6th, to be exact. Toronto. Lucas Body will be headlining. Tam, she's from Montreal. She's fighting her second fight. 3-minute. She's doing men rules. 3-minute rounds. And Sarah Bailey, she's from Vancouver. She's a WBA, I think, flyweight champion, full champion. And then Mark Smitter, who's with United Promotions, he's gonna be fighting against Bradley Wilcox, I believe. I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the fight they said was next for Mark Smitter. And then shout out to the hangout spot. His guy he had, Alex Chop Chop, is also fighting on the Toronto card. He's going to be coming to the 6. He is 3-0. He's got 3 KOs. I think he said he's like, what, 6'2"? 6'2" middleweight. I think he's middleweight. But yeah, he had check out the hangout spot if you want to see the interview there. Go to his channel. He was talking to Chop Chop. At the point in time, Chop Chop couldn't release the date and the venue, but he is fighting in Toronto. It's been released. And I'm sure he'll enjoy his time up here, man. Shout out to him. I hope he gets the win. Enjoys the city while he's here. And yeah, puts on a statement, man. He can get some fans up here for sure. People definitely love when they see a guy who, especially in Toronto, there's so many different people, man. If they see a guy that looks like them and he does a good job, they're gonna follow him. That's just what it is. And then as I also said about Stephen Butler versus Eric Bazinian. Bazinian, he basically just had a good fight with Munguia. Stephen Butler, he's a guy who's been in the ring with Janabek. I forget the Japanese dude who has the title, man, the Triple GB. But he's been in a couple of championship fights himself. And he's definitely one of those guys who's entertaining. Stephen Butler and Eric Bazinian should be a good all-Canadian matchup. I think they're fighting March. Shoot, man. What was it? March 15th I put there. Yeah, 14th. Sorry, March 14th. So they're fighting March 14th at the Montreal Casino. Shout out to y'all, because y'all will get that on ESPN Plus. It is with Eye of the Tiger. They do a great job of putting out these cards, man. I think they have one coming up this Thursday on ESPN Plus. And then yeah, they'll have that one in March. And yeah, they're just building. They're building right now. Shout out to Eye of the Tiger up in Montreal, Canada. They're doing a tremendous job of boxing, man. And y'all let me know, man. Did y'all buy y'all pay-per-views yet? I mean, Turkey Al-Sheikh put this one for the low $26. I said, bro, you can have all my $26 because this card is bananas. Like, we getting Shakur Stevenson as a third fight on this card. Not even the co-main, where him and Schofield can easily main event in USA anywhere. You know, so that's what type of card this is. And this is hilarious to me that, like, Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker about to fight, and Beterbiev may not even know who these dudes are. Like, he don't watch boxing, man. That's crazy. But nah, I think that February 22nd card, $26 pay-per-view is a steal. I mean, you don't want no buffering. You don't want to go find no links. You go and buy that because, I mean, if you paid $80 for the Benavidez this past weekend, yo, that $26 is gonna take you a long way because you can take that 80. You know, you pay 26, you still got money left over to go get some chicken wings, get some beer, popcorn, whatever you like, bro. And you know what I'm saying? You can have the fight party because that's definitely a fight party card. It's going to be going on in the day. I know in the West Coast it's probably really early. And I think in the East Coast it starts around 12. So that's like 9 in the West. So I can understand if you're in the West Coast, it probably sucks because, but I mean the main event, that's probably like midday for you. So I mean you got the rest of the day. I know here in the East, it usually hits the main event around 6 o'clock. We'll see what the walk times are, but I'm not missing any of it, man, because all the fights are good. Like from Callum Smith to Joshua Buatsi, right up to Dubois and Parker, Zhang and Caballel. I mean, Madrimov and Virgil Ortiz. That should be a barn burner. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are good fights, man. Shout out to the Hangout Spot. He said, I'm locked and loaded for the 22nd champ. Yeah, $26 is no joke, man. But yeah, I just feel like that card is worth all the money. And I don't know how Turkey Al-Sheikh's going to follow that up because, like, he can't give us a worse card than that and make us pay more. I mean, maybe the Canelo Crawford card won't be as shiny because of the money those guys demand. But I think, like, if he's gonna give us another card for $26 or more, it's got to be better than this, right? But we'll see, man. I know Turkey Al-Sheikh he works in his own mysterious ways. He's definitely he's like a fan of boxing, I would say. He's not really like these other promoters. It seems like, man, those guys are all looking for money. This guy just wants the best fights. He just wants to watch the best competition, and I'm all for it, bro. But I'm not gonna say, oh, Turkey Al-Sheikh's got to keep up in the pay-per-view because these guys aren't pay-per-view stars. That's stupid talk. This guy's trying to reset the price of pay-per-views. And the PBC, I don't even know what the Tank Davis fight's priced at, but I have a feeling if this show does really, really well, and I mean like all the fights pan out the way we think they're gonna pan out and be good fights, and then a week later you're gonna have a hard time paying $80 for a fight that you know exactly how it's gonna go. That's just my point of view on it. But shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh, man. He's definitely applying the pressure to anybody involved in the pay-per-view game, and he's spending the money, man. So these guys are getting paid. I've yet to hear anybody say their checks didn't clear. It seems like more guys are starting to head over there now to Saudi Arabia. Teofimo Lopez is out here exposing Bob Arum's contracts because he probably got a contract with Turkey Al-Sheikh that he's already got signed. I hope he just didn't do all that and didn't have something signed, but I hope so, man, because you know what I'm saying, Teofimo Lopez is not the smartest person on this planet. Sometimes he says some crazy stuff, but I just think that these guys are making good decisions that are going over there to get compensated well, opportunities. And let's just face it, man, if you win on Riyadh season, the boxing world knows who you are because the competition level is high. The stakes are high. Shoot, the money's high. I'm sure when you come back around, it's like Fat Joe said, man, yesterday's price is not today's price. So you can go back to Turkey and say, yeah, I need a bigger bag if I'm going to do this again. And I think he'll do it as long as you win it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Usyk. Second time around, Usyk got the lion's share of the Tyson Fury fight because he won the first fight. That's how it's supposed to go. There wasn't no A-side bias. There wasn't no whole talks about, oh man, I sell more than you. Man, Tyson Fury, we don't care about none of that stuff, man. You lost the fight, you lost the lion's share. Now the 60-40 goes the other way to Usyk. That's how it's supposed to be, man. We doing rematches. But shout out to everybody in the Riyadh season, because you don't really have a say on who you're gonna fight. You know, Turkey Al-Shi gives you a bunch of names, probably like 3 or 4, and they're probably all good fighters. You know, we heard about a guy from England, Adam Azine. He just beat Sergey Lipinets. Apparently he was offered some good names for that Eubank and Ben card. I think Dalton Smith was one of them. He turned down all the names and said he wanted a lesser opponent. And you know, Turkey just said, if you're not gonna test yourself, I don't want you on Riyadh. And I feel like that's an amazing message to send. It's like, yo, if you're not ready, man, this is like the big leagues. If you ain't ready to come up to the plate and try to hit the ball and go, you know what I'm saying? Go sit down in the dugout, man. This ain't for you. So I'm glad that he's doing that. He's cutting all the guys who don't want to compete. He's cutting them out. And the dudes who want to be the best and say that they're the best, he's giving them a stage, and he's giving them an amount of money that, you know, the risk they're taking is going to pay off anyways. But I get it, man. I get it. If guys don't want to take it, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Oscar. He in the building. What's good, my guy, Oscar? Shout out to them, bro. The whole DBT family. What's good? Yeah, I just think this whole February 22nd card, it's kind of like that the Madrimov and Ortiz fight's really flying low now. You know, I mean, I think we were excited about that fight at first because Madrimov was supposed to fight Boachuk on the December card, and then we were like, yo, we wanted to see how his quick turnaround would be with Virgil Ortiz, because you know, Virgil Ortiz, he signed up Madrimov quick. You know, when Boots fell out, you know, Xander put his hand up. I'm sure other people put their hand up in around 54 to fight Ortiz. I know Charles Conwell, he's always wanted Virgil Ortiz. And I'm sure there's a number of other dudes who would fight Virgil Ortiz in the 54-pound division, because that division is just loaded. But he picked Madrimov, and that's crazy that Madrimov was even an option, considering Madrimov was scheduled to fight Sergey Boachuk. So I don't know, man. I thought that was a little weird situation with Madrimov, that he pulled out of that fight for illness. But you know, Turkey Al-Sheikh, obviously, he has no problem with it. I have no problem with it. We still got Virgil Ortiz versus Madrimov, which is still a high-level fight for 154, because we don't know what Virgil Ortiz is. You know, he faced a lot of adversity in the Boachuk fight, a lot, and was dropped twice. I know they were flash knockdowns, but still, you know, he never looked like that before. He was destroying everybody. And Sergey Boachuk just came in there, and some people thought Sergey Boachuk pulled the fight off. Like, a lot of people were calling for robbery. Me, I could see how Virgil Ortiz won, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about this fight, bro. I think Madrimov is all wrong for Virgil Ortiz, because I think Madrimov is very athletic. I think Bud Crawford, you know, he was able to land some flush shots on Madrimov, and I think those shots made Madrimov respect Bud's power a little more than he should have. I don't think he took enough chances in that fight to win, but at the same time, I look at it like, maybe Terrence Crawford does hit that hard to where Madrimov was like, I can't take chances, because if I get clipped, I might get stopped. And at the same time, you know, Terrence Bud Crawford is a mastermind in that ring. I don't think Virgil Ortiz has the same ring IQ as Terrence Bud Crawford, so I feel like Madrimov is actually going to benefit in this fight from sharing the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford, because Virgil Ortiz will not present the same danger. He won't present the same danger as Terrence Crawford did. And Terrence Crawford is one of those dudes, like, he's one of the best finishers in boxing. And a lot of us gave him flack because he didn't finish Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole thing. They're like, yo, he didn't stop Madrimov, a 10-0 guy. You know, so it's crazy, man, what we think about this. But Shout out to my guy Oscar. I'll bring him up. I can get down to that. Ooh, that box. Oscar,
Yo.
what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. How's it going?
Good, man. I just had John Scully, Arthur Beterbiev's one of his trainers, was on here talking about Beterbiev. And the craziest thing he said was Arthur doesn't watch fights. Oh, shoot, where'd this guy go? Yeah, I was just talking to myself there for a whole second. Yo, where Oscar go, man? Yo, shout out to my guy Doc in the building, man. What's going on, brother? What's good, my brother? From down under, from Florida, man. I got two brothers in here from Florida. Yo, there's Oscar there again.
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah. No, I was just saying I had one of Beterbiev's trainers on.
What
And
he saying,
said,
man? What he said?
He said that, he said something crazy. He said Arthur Beterbiev doesn't watch boxing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he said that when they were getting ready to go to Saudi, he said as a joke in the airport, he's like, Shakur Stevenson's going to be on your card. This was back in October. And Beterbiev just looked at him like, yo, I don't know who that is.
Damn.
He said he only knows Muhammad Ali and Tyson, bro. He don't watch these other dudes. That's crazy.
I mean, there's a lot of athletes like that they don't really watch the sport. They practice. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he said, yeah, he just trains, prays, and he's a big family man. So shout out to him, man, for taking care of the kids.
Yeah,
Probably, he doesn't want to miss a moment. So he's like, why am I going to watch a fight?
Hey.
Nah, I agree with that. So yeah, man, what do you think about Virgil Ortiz and Madrimov? Like, how we think this is gonna go? Robert Garcia gonna get Virgil to the happy place?
I don't know about that. And the reason I say I don't know is because on the fight with Bochuk, if you watch that fight, I don't know if you have rewatched it, but I've rewatched it a couple times, and it's like Bochuk, to me, he won the fight. Even live, I thought that he won, but
yeah,
it's
I thought it was
because
close, like really close.
yeah, 2 knockdowns is crazy because he needed every single round after that to win. But to me, Bochuk took some rounds, and Virgil didn't win enough. But that's just me. Plus, around that time, it was like Virgil versus Bud was happening, So I understand why
Yeah,
they didn't give him to, politics and all this.
That's funny that you mentioned that because you're right. In the lead up to that, I think it was Turkey Al-Sheikh and Oscar were
Yeah, it was
they had that interview.
Yes,
and they're
yes,
basically
right.
saying like, oh, if Virgil gets through here, he's gonna fight Bud.
Yeah, because Bud had just defeated Madrimov.
Yeah. And bro, the funniest thing about that was funny. Hey Doc, when he mentioned Shakur Stevenson, he thought he was talking about Tupac.
Tupac?
Oh man. But yeah, that was crazy because even in the post fight, I never heard Virgil say he wanted Terrence Crawford. He was saying he wanted Spence or Fundora. And I felt that was kind of weird. I'm like, yo, bro, like they hyping, like you didn't get the memo, Virgil. Like they hyping up the Crawford fight. Or maybe he's like, nah, I'm not gonna mention Crawford. He's like, I'm gonna switch the game up. Like,
nah, but to me, like that Virgil Madrimov, if you rewatch that fight, it's like Bochuk to me, I already told you, I think he won, but he beat him with minimum movement, bro. Like he was standing in front of him. It's not like he was
yes,
backing away. Every time he was backing away, he was swinging, but he was standing in front of him for most of the fight. He beat him with minimal movement. He didn't get the nod, obviously, but if you rewatch that fight, it's like Bochuk was able to outfight him, outbox him,
right.
and just outperform with such minimal movement.
And
And
the
I think
crazy thing about what you
Madrimov,
just said was he had 2 knockdowns in 2 separate rounds. So the refs or the judges didn't even think that he could have won another 2 rounds to give the fight a draw.
Yeah.
What? That's
That's
crazy, man.
That's like Tim Cheatham scored.
Yo, it was because I mean there was definitely points in the fight where I was like, yeah, Virgil looks not only beatable, looks like he's like getting overwhelmed right now. Like he doesn't know what to do.
It looked like, let's be honest, it looked like amateur hour.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree, man. I think that Madrimov just gonna have too much confidence. Madrimov probably feels like he shared the ring with one of the best fighters.
Yeah.
And Terrence Crawford.
And that was still a close fight. I mean,
yeah, it was
the later rounds.
Yep.
But you're like 10th, 11th, 12th. That's when they really took step up the gas. But from 1 to 9, it was very close. Very close.
Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. He said, right, I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm going with Madrimov, though. Yeah. And like if Virgil is to lose, I still think there's big fights on the table. I don't think we should throw Virgil away.
Well, he's in the hottest division right now. It's kind of like Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu got destroyed.
Tim Tszyu still getting fights. I mean, I still want to see Virgil and Xander. Mexico versus Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
We can do that.
If Virgil loses, I would like to see that next for Virgil.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they do that one at, but I feel like they got to do that on American soil.
Yeah.
Maybe Las Vegas. Probably New York. Xander, he sells out in New York pretty good.
Yeah, I just don't get like this whole thing, this narrative of like, oh, we gotta bring boxing to America. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it happens in Africa, man. If there's boxing, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I agree, Oscar. I'm of the same like mindset, but I think it's one group of people that are saying that, and it's mostly the PBC fans. Like I never heard Benavidez say that until the other night when he said that shit. Oh, I'm not going to Saudi. I'm like, what? Like, bro, what? Like,
I'm not gonna say a lie. I'm like, you do know Turkey just puts him the money.
I was gonna say that, like,
your promotion is the one that put you under.
Right. Yeah. And if you go to fight Beterbiev or Bivol, like, you're not gonna tell them to come over here. Like, they're gonna tell you where to go, man.
Fuck no.
Like, they got all the belts, bro. Your little interns don't mean nothing when it sits beside Beterbiev's belts, man.
Nah.
For real. Shout out to the hangout spot. He said, yeah, Xander's ready for that smoke.
Yeah, I think Xander beats Virgil.
You think Xander beats him too, eh? Oh, bro, shoot.
But so minimal movement. I can't take that off my mind. It's not like he was going around the ring in circles like Sanders does. Sanders got very good footwork. He got very good movement. What Boachuk did to outclass Virgil is nothing out of this world. It was very minimal movement. I can't emphasize that enough. So, do I think anybody has the upper hand on Virgil? Yes, bro. Like, I can't take that out of my head.
Right. And, like, I don't know a pure boxer that Virgil's been in the ring with, or at least, an athletic boxer.
I think if you look at, I don't know if you can pull up Virgil's resume, but the only guys that will, like, for real know something about is his last 3 opponents. Aside from that, we don't know shit about the other guys. And
did he fight Maurice Hooker? Maybe Maurice Hooker. But I mean, Maurice Hooker was kind of, he beat Maurice Hooker.
But that was at welterweight.
That was at welterweight.
And there's
Green Machine.
Green Machine. Yeah. Whatever happened
Thomas
to him?
Delorme. He's still pretty highly ranked at 147. I think he's like top 5 on the WBC.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Damn, shout out to him.
I don't know where else he's ranked at, but I saw, like, because we were talking about the WBC this morning. Yeah, I saw his name in there.
Shout out to
okay.
him.
I was like, all right, Green Machine. I don't know who you're beating over there, but I mean, he's doing some Karen stuff. He's staying relevant.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Yep. Because 147. Kind of bare.
And yeah, and I think I said this in Dog's channel. It's like whenever there's a hot division, like for example 154 or 140, it always seems like the division below gets so cold. Like there's nobody there because everybody move up.
Or the one above 60. 60's kind of bare right now too.
Yeah, no, 60 is awful right
Yeah,
now.
160 kind of, it's been weird the last like 5 to 10 years because I mean, even when Triple G was there, it's kind of just him.
Yeah, it's like 1, 2 guys and then the rest. Like right now it's Janibek and everybody else.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's not like Janibek is
Janibek.
a superstar.
Yeah, he should just move up. I don't know what he's doing, but
Bro, he's going to the hospital, bro.
yo, he's fighting in Kazakhstan next. He's fighting in his home country. They definitely not letting him go to the hospital.
I don't know. You already know how I feel about Janibek. I think he should move up. I think he should move up now because bigger challenges. I think he should move up because his health is in risk, bro. He already went to the hospital once.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, and then he's trying to like say he gonna fight Benavidez. Like Benavidez at 75, man.
It wouldn't surprise me if he makes it. I'm just like, bro, like, chill out.
Like, why not
Go to
go to 68? Can't he use his WBO belt to enforce the Canelo fight?
I don't know about
68,
but I know he can skip the.
Well, I know they got
next fight in
that
line.
rule with the WBO where you can use your champion belt to challenge.
I'm
the belt
pretty sure
above.
he can though.
I just don't think Canelo would just take it. Like,
No, he'll be fighting in there. I don't know, bro. Like, I just don't know with Canelo right now. Talking about Jake
yeah, I don't
Paul.
know either. I mean, they talking about Jake Paul, which is crazy.
Like, I get it, but why? You know, just fight him, Billy. Piece him up real quick.
Yo, if you fight Jake Paul, man. Oh boy. I don't know how they're gonna defend him.
Now his haters gonna have tools for days.
What? Man. But like if I was Canelo, that's still a big money fight.
Yeah, facts.
It's an attraction fight.
Now the
I'd
question
save
is,
that one for last. So I could just ride
Jake
off.
Paul? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Save him for last. Save that man for last. Shoot, they said Caleb Plant's not coming back till the summer, man.
What?
That's like a year off.
Yeah, that's the thing about the PVC, dog. It's just like,
Holy.
it's like, look at Fundora. Fundora's about to be a year and a half off.
Yeah,
Errol
because
Spence, 2
he
years.
fought.
Crazy.
Yo, he fought in March, didn't he? Yeah, Errol Spence
Yeah.
is bad. Yeah, he should just retire Errol at this point. Because it's like, bro, why are you gonna come back and fight a 54-pounder? Because you're no tune-up Earl. Oh man. Yeah,
And,
Ty.
like,
Yeah, tell that man to retire. You right, bro.
Even an
Going
easy
on.
fight. And I think it was Ty that one that told me this. It was like, once you hit that 7 month, is whenever you really start to feel it.
Nah, man. Like it's just wait, and like when he came out, it's because he got his ass whooped. Like it wasn't even like he came off a win.
Or
So
a good loss, you know.
he coming off his worst performance, and he just want to jump in there with Fundora. Like, oh man.
I mean, Fundora's kind of Mickey too, so.
Yeah, but Fundora, I mean, he's dangerous.
Yeah, he is dangerous.
Hold on, Ty. He's dangerous because of like Errol Spence has never ever fought a guy that big.
Yeah.
He's kind of been bigger than a lot of the dudes he's fought. But who knows? I mean, his fans like to say he was drained.
Who?
I mean, they say Spence was drained, but Crawford told you guys that you were gonna say that when he beat him. Yo, Crawford, man, he said when I beat you and I stop you, they gonna say you was drained.
That car crash and
It's exactly what they said. Yeah, the car
bro.
crash. Yeah.
And did you see the betting odds that night? The betting odds were crazy.
Or was Spence a heavy favorite?
Yeah, it was like I think Bud was in plus 130 or something like that,
Okay, so it's kind of close.
and Arrow was like minus 1,000.
Minus 1,000. Whoa, what?
Let me check them because I know it was something
Nah, it
crazy.
couldn't be that. Cause I make Bud like a +2, at least a +300. Nah, I think it was a closer lead up. But shout out to Spence because he wanted to make it 15 rounds. I thought they should have did that. Should have made it a 16 round or 15 round fight. Even though Earl didn't last, but it just would have been good for the undisputed first 4-belt era champion of welterweight, undisputed champ. And I hate how they redid the ring belt for that fight. It was stupid. They gave him an actual belt instead of giving him the ring magazine. Like, that was crazy. Whoa, what you talking about, Ty, man? What happened to you, bro? Women at your door and stuff? Yo, Ty's wild. Make sure y'all smash that like button when you come in, man. And definitely, I got the link up if you want to jump on. Anybody, come on up, talk some boxing. We're talking about that February 22nd card. Beterbiev and Bivol. Finna go down, man. One of the best fights, right, Turk?
Inside my heart, I want the fighters. Yes. I want to see the fighters.
Yeah.
15 rounds, he said. Nah, they could have did 15, Ty, for undisputed fights. Make a rule.
15 for undisputed? Nah, bro.
15 rounds, yo. We need a winner.
I mean, Tyson and Usyk, that would have been pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. But aside from that, no. Or Bivol Beterbiev.
Yeah, Bivol Beterbiev. Holy crap, bro. We needed 15 for that.
And a little more, a little extra. It's just that fight was too close. That
fight was close. It was close. It was back and forth the whole way through. Even like the earlier rounds, I gave Bivol though.
Yeah, but there were some rounds where I thought Bivol took it, but Beterbiev did enough to close him out.
Yeah. As Ty said, Bivol would have gotten slept in the 13th. I mean, he was losing those last 2 rounds. He did lose the 11th and 12th. So, yeah,
but
maybe
he
the
also
13th.
took rounds off, so you never know how.
Yeah, I wonder if he gassed out.
I think so, bro. Because he was... you can't move around like that for 12 rounds.
Right? Yo, he was just going. Like...
Bro, he was going and boxing. I thought he did beautiful, but then the scorecards came through. I thought he won, honestly. I had a 7-5.
Nah, I definitely like. There's so many swing rounds in that fight where I was like, yeah, if Bivol wins, I could see how they found that. It wasn't one of those where I was like, it's a robbery. Nah, that could have went either way.
Yes, that's fact. I think there was like 3 swing rounds back to back.
What's Jolov doing, man? He fell ill after the weigh-in.
Damn, what?
Yo, Jolov is never gonna fight in the pros, man. Didn't he just fight in the Olympics again?
There's no Olympics no more.
No, I'm pretty sure the last one he fought in it, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy for that.
Didn't he say the last Olympics were his last Olympics, and then he came back on this Olympics? And I was like,
Yeah, he
what are
did.
you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. He fought more in the Olympics than he did as a pro all year.
Yeah, bro. I thought that was crazy.
He said both of them was going straight to the hospital. Oh boy. Nah,
How about Zhang? How do you see that fight going down?
Yo, Zhang could get upset, man. I mean, Caballero's on a 2-fight upset streak. Oh man.
This is how I see it. Chat, tell me if I'm wrong. Brian, tell me if I'm wrong. Chat, tell me if I'm wrong. The first 4 rounds is 70-30 Zhang. After that, it's 80-20 Caballero.
Yeah, because Zhang gonna gas out. Yeah. If Zhang don't get to Caballero, it's gonna be just like the Joseph Parker fight.
Oh, even worse, honestly. I think Caballero is not a better boxer, but it's got more power.
Okay.
And better punch selection.
True. Yeah, Joseph Parker, he's in a dogfight with Dubois. But Dubois, I hope he's not thinking about Usyk too much.
That's what I think is happening with these fighters. Like McCauley, he's already too focused on AJ. I'm like, bro, you got a F.A. Jogwell next.
Yeah. Jogwell's looking at you like, I gotta beat you, man, because these checks are starting to get slim. Like, I can't even remember the last big fight he was in, F.A. Frank Sanchez, maybe?
I think so.
And he lost that fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Bacoli better not be. Yeah, Bacoli, if he goes in there and gets stopped by F.A., oh, man. That whole monster talk is dead in the ground.
And F.A. can do it because he's a good boxer. It's not like he's fighting a scrub. He actually got boxing skills. And he's fought guys with power before.
Yeah, he has. Shoot.
So, yeah, that fight is closer than what people are making it seem.
Yeah, man. I mean, Joseph Parker, he's got no pressure on him. He's still flying below the radar.
Yeah, that is true.
Dubois is the one who has to go and get the win.
Yeah.
Especially if he wants that rematch with Usyk.
But Usyk already said line it up, so yeah, never mind.
Yeah, Usyk like he said, yo, just give me a break, Turk, and I'll be right back, bro, for this guy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the rematches, I always think they lean towards the better fighter or the better boxer. And I just got Usyk beating Dubois.
Yeah, I just think Usyk's confidence level is on a whole nother level now that he's beat Tyson twice in a row.
Back to back?
Yeah. I think he's probably looking at Dubois like, yo, man, you're food now. Which is crazy.
Yeah. Which, if he does, then let's be honest, to me at least, Usyk becomes the most dominant champion in the last decade. The last decade.
Damn. Yeah, if he could beat Fury twice and Dubois twice, AJ
twice, the best in that division.
Oh man, those are some good wins. And like the only fight that was controversy, obviously the Fury fights were close, but the Dubois fight was controversy. So
yeah,
he can clean that up by getting a easy win if you can. Holy.
Or get a win like Tyson, like the second one with Tyson Fury. It don't matter if it's close, as long as it's clear that Usyk took it.
Right, UD.
Yeah, nobody's gonna remember that.
Yep, that's true. And then it'll be like 2-time undisputed at heavyweight.
Facts.
which
I
is
forgot
nuts.
about that. So he beat 3-time undisputed, 2-time undisputed in heavyweight.
Yeah, and then Tim Bradley got to come talk about him again.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
he said he's not an all-time great, man. Well, I don't know. His heavyweight run hasn't been as long as, I guess. That's the argument they say. It's not a long run, which is true.
That is true, but it's wrong at the same time, in my opinion, because it's like, all right, you're saying his heavyweight run is weak. Then what about Wilder's? What about Fury? What about AJ? Because it's not like theirs is great. AJ didn't
Yeah.
even fight King Kong Ortiz. He didn't even fight Wilder.
Damn, yo, Wilder didn't even unify. Damn.
Yeah. So it's like, if Wilder is an all-time great, because Tim said that before.
Yeah.
Or like his run is better than Usyk? I don't think so. Or Fury?
Hell nah, because he beat Fury twice, man. I don't know if Wilder could ever beat Fury.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, what about AJ's run? AJ is not good at all either.
AJ, he got good wins. I mean, he had Klitschko was obviously the best win, probably.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not good compared to, like, if Tim Bradley's saying that Usyk's run is bad, or it's not it's long or whatever, then what about AJ? They don't even stack up to like the level of competition.
No doubt. Anthony Joshua. Well, he had what? He had Povetkin too. Did he fight Povetkin? Yeah. I know he had Dillian White, Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
Andy Ruiz on the rematch.
But Andy Ruiz wasn't even supposed to happen. Andy Ruiz wasn't even supposed to be good.
Klitschko, and then I mean, I think his is better than Wilder's.
I agree with that,
but not by much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Wilder just beat Fury once. He'd probably have a better record.
Out of the three, Fury's got the best run. But not by
Fury's run's trash too.
No, it's not by much, but he fought. It's because I don't know.
He beat Klitschko too, but yeah.
You know what? AJ's got the worst one to me, honestly. He didn't even fight King Kong Ortiz, bro.
Man, you guys hyping up Ortiz. What did he do? Absolutely nothing. I'm gonna look at his record, see who he beat.
Come on.
Like Luis Ortiz, I don't even know why people was talking to him like that. Like he didn't do nothing, man.
I don't know.
Not Basuda. I don't know, man. I felt like he was already like overrated, man.
Overrated?
And then we didn't even know his age. We don't know his age. He's probably like 50 something, fighting Wilder. I know he was highly ranked in the BA, but like I'm trying to figure out who he beat. And it's not those guys' problem that the heavyweight division is not the greatest division.
Nah. Not when Wilder, AJ, and Fury were there.
Lawrence Okolie is heavyweight.
That's a good fight, man. That's a good fight.
Okolie?
Yeah, that's a good fight.
Man. Damn, bro, I can't even find this Ortiz dude. I gotta go to Wilder's resume. Jesus. Has been so inactive. I thought he fought Ruiz recently.
Yeah. No, not recently. It was like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. $34-3. Okay. Yeah, he lost to Ruiz. What the flip?
Yeah, he lost to Reese, he lost to Wilder twice, and that's it.
Okay, so he beat Malik Scott by UD.
I don't know
Brian
what we say. It's a good
Jennings.
win or a bad win.
Stop Brian Jennings. So that's all right. I don't know, man. This looking crazy. He stopped Charles Martin.
Hey,
That was in 2022 though, and then he lost to Reese. What the flip? Damn, bro. I don't know none of these dudes he beat. Like Christian Hammer, Travis Kaufman. Like, yo.
hey, yo, what?
All right, Dave Allen. I know him. He's
Hey,
from
Dave
the
Allen,
UK.
you.
All right, so he had a nice little run. He beat Scott, then he beat Allen.
Come on, bro.
I mean, that's nice. I mean, ain't no Dillian White though.
No Chisora, no White.
Yeah, Chisora, yeah, him too. But he's old. Fuck. I feel like Wilder should have always fought Dillian White though. I don't know why he didn't fight him.
Bro, stop it. There's a lot of guys that they didn't fight that they should have fight. But then also, how good were them guys back then? I don't know, man. There's a lot of ifs.
Yeah. No, you're right. There's a lot of ifs. Too many. That's the way boxing is.
That's what I always tell people. They're like, well, Usyk, his heavyweight run is not that good. I'm like, well, when Wilder, AJ, and Fury were there, those were the top three for a reason. There was nobody else.
Mhm.
Nobody else. They're like Andy Ruiz. I'm like, Andy Ruiz wasn't even supposed to happen. AJ just let that happen for some weird reason.
Yeah, Gerald Miller, Pop Dirty or something like that. He's supposed to fight Miller.
Yeah, Baby Miller was supposed to be in that mix, but he was on that shit, so he didn't.
Yeah, he kept popping Dirty, which was crazy.
Yeah, that what was it, like back to back, right? Or like back, and then there was like a guy he came out clean, and then he popped Dirty again.
Yeah, I think he's popped Dirty like at least 3 times. Might be 4.
I think it might be 4 actually.
Oh no, Todd. Todd said White was his mandatory WBC mandatory. So what? Wilder ducked the smoke?
Nah.
Or maybe that's when Wilder pulled up Fury off the couch.
That could be it.
Cause I do remember him pulling up Fury in his big 600-pound ass. Man, that guy should thank Wilder for the rest of his life, man.
Yeah,
the amount of money Wilder, he's poured in since.
He made it to Riyadh twice.
Yep. And he could still cash in with AJ. I don't know why he's talking about retirement. Just cash in.
That fight's overdue, honestly.
It is. But I still
Wouldn't
think
you rather see Bacoli versus Caballero?
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight for sure.
Or Fabio Wardley and Baby Anderson. That's a good fight.
Nah, I think Wardley stomps him out.
Nah, bro. You see how he swings? He swings too wide.
Wardley, yo.
I don't know. He
destroyed Fraser Clark's face, bro. That was.
But how many fights has Fraser Clark had though?
Yeah, but Fraser Clark was like his boxing was completely the opposite of Wardley. Like he was a declared amateur. He was like an Olympian.
Exactly, bro.
Like Wardley was a white collar boxer. He stumbled on boxing.
But I think just how I feel about Devin Haney and Ryan, that Devin Haney is tailor made for Ryan. I feel that Fabio Wardley is tailor made for Baby Anderson.
I don't know, man. We don't know how Baby's gonna react to being hit now.
We are about to find out.
Well, are we? Is he in there with somebody who could crack? I don't know who he's fighting, but I could assume they're trying to get him a confidence fight. So
I know his opposition is the same level as Fraser Clark.
what? Yo, Fraser Clark? Nah, man. You say you
Well,
gonna
I don't.
fight somebody like Fraser Clark? That's wild.
Fabian Wardley can fight for a bacon if Usyk retires the belt.
WBC silver champion kept getting in favor of Fury and a tune-up.
He number 1.
He's number 1?
Yeah, Fabian Wardley it is. He is at least. And I think what's his name? Moses Atama. He's number 5.
He's number 5?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how. I just.
I
don't
mean,
know
I'm
how.
sorry, man. Who he beat? This is what I'm saying. These sanctioning bodies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like who he beat? Like he didn't beat nobody.
Like let's say Usyk retires the belt and Fabian Wardley fights for the interim and then gets elevated. He gets destroyed immediately. He's not ready for that opposition.
Yo, bro, sorry to switch subjects, but is Teofimo Lopez crashing out right now? Like this dude. He said, I'm coming and I'm not pulling out. Yeah. About to pregnate my boxing. She needs that good loving. And then he tagged out all the black fighters almost. He tagged Terrence Crawford, Jaron Ennis, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Richardson, Hitchens. Oh, he tagged Ryan Garcia too, Leonard Ellerby, Keyshawn Davis, and Berlanga. Because Berlanga said he's not from New York. What's wrong with this guy, Tio?
Yeah, he's hanging out with Ryan. They're on their ayahuasca or some shit.
Nah, they teammates now.
They're over there licking frogs.
Yo, man, Eddie Reynoso, he gonna need some therapy.
Facts.
Fuck around with these dudes. Oh man. Nah, this guy Tio's hilarious.
He's over there impregnating his boxing. Man, get you.
Yeah, he said he's making a hat that says "Make boxing great again."
He needs to make boxing great again. He's the motherfucker that said, these fighters need to start fighting the best at their best. And he fought Steve Claggett. Bro, what you doing?
Yo, the thing about Tio, like he say all these things that sound right, and then he like you said, he do stuff like that where his actions are like, bro, what are you saying?
He said, I sent an offer to Richardson Hitchens. Then Hitchens came out and was like, send the fucking offer, make it reasonable. I think Matias was right. Like, you know how we don't know if Matias was bullshitting or not, but then we use Matias as an example to call out Tio. And he was like, Tio, you boozy.
yeah.
I think I believe him that.
Yeah, and like to be honest, remember when he was like, "Oh, Turkey Al-Sheikh didn't send me no offer." It's like, man, Turkey would have came out and he would have said if he did.
Yeah,
I don't think Bill Haney and them was gonna lie on Turkey Al-Sheikh while doing business with him. So it sounds like there is a way they can still get to him as long as Tio wins. Well, he's got to sign up first. But Ryan and Dev are signed up. They're fighting.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Tio fights. I like to see him fight Hitchens. Because I think Hitchens got a style that's like all wrong for Tio.
Boxers.
Yeah, so let's see if he can overcome it.
Yeah, the boxers are not a good matchup for Tio. And Steve Claggett, he boxed. That's all he did, bro. Boxed him. and he had a hard time with them. Jermaine Ortiz, he tried finesse boxing. I thought Jermaine Ortiz won, but I'm happy that they robbed him because what he tried to do, he tried to finesse boxing. So I'm not particularly mad.
Yeah, nah, Jermaine Ortiz, he couldn't cut off the ring like this guy. And then he blamed Jermaine Ortiz, which is nuts.
No, yeah, that's
like you
nuts.
blame
I'm
the
like,
guy because you can't cut off the ring.
And not only that, you're the guy in the posters. You're the guy that So you're supposed to bring the spectacle, not the other way around.
Remember when Bob Arum called Tio a smuck and went on to say you don't send offers, I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Bob Arum he don't care about Tio for real. Man, Teofimo Lopez is making that man's job hard.
Bro, it's because he can't sell out an arena to save his life.
Yeah,
Bob don't care. As long as you put them ass on their seats, he don't give a shit what you do, what you say. But Tio can't do that to save his life.
Right, and I think it's crazy that he's mad at certain fighters, but I mean Keyshawn Davis sold out way more than you in his first, and it wasn't even no title fight or anything like that. It's against Lemos, man.
Yeah, Shakur.
Yeah, Shakur too. Yeah, he was in the big arenas, like 16,000. He wasn't in the Hulu theater, bro.
Now we all know Bob didn't want to sacrifice his golden child, so he was like, "Nah, we good."
Who, Lomachenko?
Now you already know, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why he liked Lomachenko so much, but
he's better than Pacquiao. He said
Lomachenko was better than Pacquiao.
Hey,
that's insane Bob, because Pacquiao brought this man so much damn money. He should be praising Pacquiao.
I guess they didn't finish right.
Because Lomachenko don't bring nothing to the table for Bob.
Especially right now.
Can't even bring him belts, man. Lou lost every unification, big unification he was in.
Do you think Bob allowed Devin Haney to fight him because he never thought he was going to take that many rounds off?
No, I thought they had Devin trapped. They were going to try to get him to fight a shitty 3-fight deal, and hopefully by the time he got to Loma, they're hoping he probably couldn't make the weight.
And then Haney came out like Skeletor and was like, "Gotcha, bitch."
He did. Still somehow beat this little dude. The only reason why Bob even bothers keeping Tio around because it didn't cost much. Yeah, to put on an event with him. Yeah, that's true.
Loma didn't even. He gave up the belts, bro, because I don't know what he took them rounds off. I'm like, bro, you right there. What are you doing? It's not like you're gas.
He does it in every big fight. I don't know why. And then Tim Bradley.
Thank you.
Tim Bradley's just there.
Every big fight.
Tim Bradley's just there, like hyping it up. Yo, he's downloading. It's like, dude, we in round 5, dog. If he ain't got it by now, it's an error.
Yeah.
Like, yo, we halfway through the fight, Tim.
Facts, bro. It's like Tim is one of them guys where like a fighter that he likes might just jab. He's like that precision, the intelligence, the body work, the IQ, and then wait till a guy that he don't like does it. He's like, yeah, it's just a jab. There's nothing special about it.
Yeah, you're right. He did that all the time, and like I feel like when Andre Ward was there, him and Andre would like crash because like Andre Ward would be like, nah, like that was a good work what he just did. I wish I could have like just sat beside him and just looked at Ward's face every time Tim Bradley said something crazy.
Yes, bro.
Yo, I know he was over there rolling his eyes like this nigga. Oh, bro, he really for the company, dog. He really for the company.
Tim Bradley got that top rank, burn on his chest. He was
Yeah, man.
branded by Top Rank.
If they top rank and you got Tim Bradley, you know, he over there. I think the only person, yeah, even Crawford, bro. He was fanboying Crawford too. He's like, yo, you losing, dog. Crawford was like, what? I'm losing?
Yeah, Tim Bradley, crazy.
Tim's the worst for that, man.
But all right, man, I'm about to call it. I'm about to go.
Nah, yeah, I'm about to jump off too, man. Appreciate you for coming through, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you. I appreciate you having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Anytime, man. But yeah, make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Oscar in the building with me, chopping it up. But yeah, smash that like button for your boy. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. It was a good one. Had John Scully. If you didn't get to see that, just go back earlier in the video. You know, we're talking about Arthur Beterbiev as he's been with Beterbiev's team for 9 years. Him and Mark Ramsey, they shared the duties coaching. Man, yo, this is gonna be a good fight, Arthur Beterbiev and Bivol. I'm curious to see what Bivol brings to the table because I agree. I think the turnaround favors Beterbiev because the knee is probably now 100%. And yeah, Bivol took a lot of punishment in that first fight. And he didn't look bad. It's just he was banged up. I know he was banged up, man. You saw that man's hands was swollen. It was crazy. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. We'll be here for another one. You know what I say. You know how I do it, bro. On the way out of here.
What? Bitch, you know? I will slap you if you don't move this car. Bitch, you know? I'm gonna slap you. Bitch, you know? I'm gonna slap you. Bitch, you